Joining us here, courtesy of Snickers and from the Green Bay Packers, one of our favorite guests who we have not spoken to all year long. His team now happens to be, because the Rams over the Cardinals, the top seed in the NFC going into the final 4 weeks of the regular season, one of the best, joining us on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line on the Rich Eisen Show, Davante Adams. How you doing, Davante?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you, Rich?
I'm doing great, thank you. Just terrific to chat with you. It's been too long. So, you watched last night. You root for the Rams in a situation like that? Does that happen for you?
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, I got a lot of love for both teams and respect for both teams. But any time where we can get a little help, I don't ask for too much. But anytime we can get a little help every now and then, I'll take it for sure.
Especially since that win, kind of mimicked in a way the win that your team had in Arizona because of COVID knocking players out. You were not in that game. What was that game like for you, Davante, to watch that game in Arizona earlier this season for you?
It was terrible, man. I'm not going to lie to you. It was my first time watching a Packers game since my last year in college, man. My first time watching it live on TV. So, I missed some games early in my career, but I never was in a position where I had to be at home. I was always, traveling and on the road with my guys. So it was bad. It was tough, and I was also struggling with COVID at that point. Had a headache, and then watching the game wasn't helping that. So weird experience, but it was definitely good to get out of there with a dub either way.
Well, now it's all good in the hood for sure for you in Green Bay. Now that you're sitting there at 10-3 atop the conference, what works? Why does it work so well, do you think, in Green Bay? I know that's a very general question, but we see so much that goes on dysfunctional in the NFL, and we see changes that happen to coaches. We see so much that happens, but it just seems to work so well. What does work so well in Green Bay for you?
Well, I think that what we do well and what we did particularly well Sunday night is the in-game adjustments. I feel like a lot of teams, you're not this league is about matchups, so you're not always going to come out and dominate the way that you draw it up. Obviously when you're scripting in practice, a lot of times you script for the best look or you dial up a choice route. You obviously want man coverage, so you're going to do that. And then in the game, you may not get man coverage. So how are you going to adjust, and how are you going to be able to, make changes on the fly or going into halftime like what we did, make halftime adjustments and come out to where you can come dial it up and get the ball to your playmakers. And I feel like we do a great job of that. We don't always play a perfect full game, and we're still in search of that type of game. But at this point, we found out how to win. And, obviously we've shot ourselves in the foot a few times early on this year. Didn't start off great versus Saints, and got that out of our system and played some pretty good football since then. So now it's just putting it together for 4 quarters, and then, we'll be a really, really tough team to stop at that point.
So how does that work? Can you take me in the locker room, halftime adjustments? It's LaFleur, it's Rodgers, you? Who's sitting around talking about this sort of stuff when you got 15 minutes to figure this thing out?
Yeah, well, it feels like it's 5 minutes, honestly. You don't even feel like you got 15 minutes in there. You got the defense on one side of the locker room and offense on one side, some chairs, O-line sitting down, and, the coaches are on the whiteboard, and they're drawing up plays. I don't even know whatever they're drawing up. Honestly, I don't even – more the constructive stuff for us is going on when I'm having conversations face-to-face with Matt or face-to-face with Aaron about how it's being played in the first half, and they ask me, different route adjustments that I'd like based off being backside alone, or if I'm in a slot. We just do a really good job communicating, and that's a credit to Matt and his staff for, giving me the floor and trusting me and trusting my knowledge of the game and what I'm seeing out there, because, I can give great feedback based off of leverages and, different ways that I can beat some of these doubles. And I think that's been the biggest adjustment this year, is that I'm not really getting a lot of single coverage, so the communication has to be at a premium, and we've been doing a really good job with that.
The best receiver at his position is voted by his peers in the NFL 100, Davante Adams of the Green Bay Packers, here on the Rich Eisen Show. I'm going to throw a couple things your way that I've observed, at least to me, from where I'm sitting watching games and watching your games, and you tell me if I'm onto something or not. It seems that your coach, Matt LaFleur, is saying it with his chest a little bit more often. I see him a lot more demonstrative on the sideline. I see him. You're laughing. Am I right or am I wrong with that?
Hey, man, I love it. First of all, the delivery of that statement was premier by you. I love
Thank you,
that.
sir. Thank you.
But
I stuck the landing. I did. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
The analysis was even better though, because I definitely see that. I think as you continue to have more and more success as a player, coach, scout, whatever it is, it builds your confidence. So, and you get to know, you build better relationships with your guys because you go through things throughout the season. So, I think just based off of how battle tested we are, and different ups and downs that we've had, just really throughout each game, some of the stuff that we got to put up with and still go out there and get dubs. That gives the coaching staff and the players a lot of confidence, and I think that's why he's kind of walking around. Not walking around in any type of way, but definitely, like you said, he's saying it with his chest a little bit more. And, it's just our confidence is really high as a team. Definitely not a cocky state whatsoever, because we got a lot of humble players and humble coaches in that locker room. But I think everybody really understands what's in front of us, and we've been really consistent as a team for the past 2 years. So this third year now being, near the final quarter of the season, I think it's saying a lot who we are, that we're, back in the driver's seat, potentially putting ourselves in a position to have a bye first round again. So obviously we still got 4 games to go out there and handle business, and it's not done until it's done. And it's fun that this NFC race is so tight like this too, because it keeps us on our job and makes us tapped in and locked in each and every week. And it's definitely how we're going to have to be if we want to go win a Super Bowl this year.
And the other thing, Davante Adams, that I'm thinking, I'm seeing, I kind of feel it, that whatever that was in the offseason, Aaron Rodgers is through it. I don't know, over it might be too much of a supposition because I don't know what goes on in his temples. But it's just he seems happy and comfortable, and that, that everything is working, and that he's hearing MVP chants from the fans, and you guys are winning, and he got Cobb, who I hope to see back. But do you get that sense that he's kind of there to stay, Davante?
Well, I hope so, man. Hope so. It's definitely been the same. I've got the same type of vibe as what you just said there. He's been definitely in good spirits, and I think that just we're kind of the same type of guy in the sense that, certain things that go on in the off season, and there's a time and a place for certain things. Figuring out the business aspect of it, whether it's contract situations or whatever Aaron had going on with his situation. And then once that time goes by and it's time to play ball and just lock in and go do what we love, I feel like we compartmentalize that really well. And that's something that he does extremely well, obviously playing the type of ball he's playing right now. And, just got to lock in on the moment, lock in on what you're doing actively, and that's how you produce the best results.
What about you? Is your future tied to his at Green Bay, do you think, Davante? What do you think?
Potentially, but like I said, I'm the same kind of mindset as what I said about him. All my success has been kind of attributed to just being locked in the moment, enjoying playing ball with my teammates, going and producing and at a high level, and trying to focus on being the best every week, the best me, and just the best period. So that's more my mindset. And then once we wrap this thing up, hopefully with a ring, we can figure out where everything is headed with that. But during the season, definitely not, at this point, played a lot of ball. We're just going to finish it out. And like I said, try to get this ring and then see what happens after that.
I got to be honest. You get a ring. You guys get a ring. Why wouldn't you just want to run it back? You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't? No, I know there's a lot of dollars and cents and a lot of moving.
I agree. There's a lot of truth to that. But as better than most, it's a business, so there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, other than just saying, hey, I want to be back. And there's a lot of things that go into it. So at the end of the day, we got to lock in on this part first, and then we'll head into that and try to map out and see if we can, keep the family together. But, we got a few games to win before we even start thinking about all of that.
All right, let's, before I let you go, talk about what you're doing with Snickers. We showed the video before. Is that really your artwork, Davante?
I would be lying if I said it was. Okay. I could, like I was saying earlier, I think I could produce something similar. Mm-hmm. If you expected a lot less. Mm-hmm. But definitely that wasn't my work. Okay. The acting is me though, so I might be on Days of Our Lives or something like that later on. But yes, Snickers is they launched a new campaign called the Rookie Mistake of the Year, which they're ultimately going to give a fan who has the ultimate Rookie Mistake of the Year at the end of the season. They're going to award them with 2 tickets to Super Bowl 56. So that's a really cool opportunity. They'll be able to go to SnickersRookieMistake.com to submit their video. And, that's kind of what I was doing in that picture, just painting, trying to turn some masterpieces out of some rookie mistakes that people submitted over time. So cool deal, and it was really, really fun going out there filming that thing.
Well, your next painting should be my rookie mistake, Davante Adams. And you're born in Redwood City, so you know all about Redding, California. So does Aaron, who's from Chico.
Mm-hmm.
So I was up in Redding, California. I was a sportscaster of note, I would like to say. But despite my enjoying my time there, I was looking to get a job in a larger market, and I left my resume on the printer, and my news director found it. So
wow. Well, I kid you not. That seems like something that would have 100% been a painting I could have reproduced. So, if you can kind of paint a picture of what that would look like, I'd be happy to get you something for your office.
Well, thankfully, it did not result in a photograph of me having to put all my things in a box, and get out. But that was my rookie. I definitely did that. I also locked my equipment in the trunk of my car. On my first assignment for that station. My God, how the hell did I get to where I am today? I don't know what I did, but I did that too.
Yeah, you were letting the moment get too big, I see.
Yeah, I did. I didn't have my head on a swivel. You know what I mean? I wasn't premier at that point, to use the phrase that you used with me earlier on. Yeah. So
no doubt.
Okay.
I hope I used that right.
You did. Hashtag Snickers rookie mistake. And go to, again, SnickersRookieMistakes.com, because the winner gets 2 tickets to Super Bowl 56. Perhaps to see you, sir, in it here. Do you guys talk about that stuff openly? Do you literally use the word Super Bowl? You talk about it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think some teams may not, because you don't want to psych out certain people, but you look at the scope. I've been in 4 NFC championship games, so it's not. I mean, it's basically Super Bowl or bust is the mentality coming into it when you're on a team like the Green Bay Packers. So certain teams may try to keep that out and just do the best that they can, but we know what the best that we can do is, and that's getting to the ultimate show and getting out there and getting some hardware when we leave. So that's the goal.
Davante Adams, greatly appreciate the time. Really appreciate it. Say hi to Rashawn Gary for me, will you please? I
will.
He and I are in the same boat on New Year's Eve, rooting for our alma maters against Georgia. So
awesome.
Good
luck.
Thank you.
Good luck with that, and I will definitely let Ben Gary know you said hello.
Please do that. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it, Davante. Let's do this more often. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Davante Adams, everybody. Check him out every single week at Tay85Adams on Twitter. Check him out. Fun stuff right there. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.